We are live in 3, 2, 1. Hey man, it's me. I'm your Truth Slinger. I am here. This is not Dystopia World. Today we're going to be covering the White House press briefing. Yes, we are.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Oh, that's okay. Oh, we're still hooked to the speaker. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. What is happening?
Hey. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear.
Can you hear me now? 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 Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me
Yes.
now?
Can you hear me?
What?
Can.
All right, we're going to watch the White House press briefing together. It's always more fun with other people, and we are doing our best today to, I've been on the TV, on TNT radio today, and that was a lot of fun. So we're excited about that. And let me see, episode number 258. Let's change that. You know what? Just forget it. It's just live, right? It's just live.
It's live. Just let it go.
Just live. There you go. It's live. Look. Woo, it's live.
Yes. This is the first press briefing since the debate.
That's right. Is it really? Of course. Yes. Dead silence. There's been radio silence, guys.
Yep.
Right?
She had a spray or something where she read.
Oh, she sprayed on the. She sprayed onto people.
Yes,
I hate
did.
that term, doesn't it? It sounds like a cat.
I know, it's
hosing something down.
nasty.
So we're really interested to watch this because I want to see KJP tap dance, and I want to do that, and I want to comment on it. I want to see how she handles this stuff because right now, people are freaking out. People are freaking out.
And she's told whoppers about him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
runs circles around her, and all this stuff.
Yeah. He does one-armed push-ups with her. Yeah, shit like that.
And when they asked about a cognitive test, she was like, "What? No, what? No.
What you need to look at, you need to focus on. What you need to focus on is the record and all the things the president has accomplished. He passed this thing. He passed that thing. He gave money for stuff. And this, and that speaks for itself. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need a cognitive test. It's all ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. I am Raggedy Ann. The black version. It's the best I could do. I don't do a good impression of her like at all. Okay.
Oh my God,
but you
no.
understood that wasn't my voice, right? You understood it was a whiny puppet that lies through her teeth. That I just cannot stand this woman. I hate her. I hate her passionately. I hate her very, very, very much. Not enough to hurt her, unless she's guilty of treason, then which you can just hang her by the yardom. If that were to be true. After,
Trial.
just trial and all that, all that stuff, military tribunal.
You're going to send her to Gitmo?
Yep. They all belong in Gitmo, man. I'm telling you. They all belong in Gitmo. Okay, so, they're already late 5 minutes.
Yep.
They're already late 5 minutes. I'm glad I didn't start a 5-minute timer for the stuff anyway, because
we probably need to wait until the press conference in the future.
Well, what I can do in the meantime is I was going to cover this. Let's look at black debaters, okay? And what I'm going to do over here on this is let's just look over here for a minute.
I can keep an eye on it.
You keep an eye on it.
I'll
Check
let you
this
know.
out. This is our best, brightest, and brilliant. These are national champions of the debate team in America.
National
College Debate Team. Now I want you to watch this. This is a great package.
Like future lawyers, right?
Yeah. The future lawyers of America. Holy shit. And activists and advocates and all that kind of crap.
Sure.
Right? Watch this.
Are the first all-black women's team to win the Cross-Examination Debate Association's national championship. This morning, we have two of the team members here. We have Amina Ruffin and Corey Johnson, both here to talk about the major victory. Ladies, Way to go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You've made so many people proud in this area. Now we want to pick your brain a little bit as we admire your huge trophy, by the way. That's ridiculous. But I'm going to ask you first. We'll start with you, Amina. What was the topic, first of all?
The topic was restricting presidential war powers authority.
They say the nigga's always already queer. That's exactly the point. It means that the impact is...
Wait. What did she just say? Niggas? What the hell did she just say in a debate? I don't think
you can say that.
She said niggas in a debate. All right, just keep your pants on. Listen to this. Don't listen to this.
You gotta turn to the affirmative. That it is a case turned to the affirmative because we are saying that queer bodies are not able to survive. That it necessarily means that the body of the nigga is not able to survive.
We got the topic in about July, and we started doing our research then.
When the nigga sees these pains and suffering, that he can only envision himself, that he does not see another nigga that he can feel sympathy for or embrace.
What the hell is going on here?
Gets obliterated.
This is like hooping. You ever heard of hooping? And then there's this rage. Holy shit, like, and then they're talking this fucking made up language. This aggrieved victim mentality and all this is it. This is what debate. This is debate. This is not the national Afro-American debate team. Do you understand?
No, National College.
National College. This is it. They won everything by doing this.
Been supplementing our research throughout the season.
Man, photogenic object, disfigured, lynch, and trauma enough. The insight, the trauma representation is back central to the black child, devouring and identifying with the stories and images the white culture brought up. The think and act. The way that the status quo works is through whiteness, allowing, forcing other bodies to tell narrations of whiteness and the violences that whiteness does. We say that is the link that we will go for.
In order to prepare for it, because there are several different tournaments, and so
you
being
prepared
able to
for
transition.
That? You prepared? She prepared for that. She prepared for that fucking rant. That anti-American rant. She prepared for that.
And through each tournament,
capture separate from exposure to cultural representation of the white world, the cultural the white world.
There's got to be shit growing in that afro too. That woman's afro. Oh my God.
Be nice.
This is not civilized. Imagine if we sent that woman over, those two people, to debate in the Oxford Great Hall. Like Nancy Pelosi made a stupid ass fool of herself a couple of weeks ago. Imagine that in a distinguished institution, and you start this person. It's like she has to sit down probably after with a paper bag, for God's sake. She's hyperventilating through the whole goddamn thing, right?
Yeah.
Surprised she doesn't just fall over and pass out.
able to respond to opponents' arguments.
On sexual trauma as a way of grounding against racist cultural fantasy, the cultural trafficking images of the black man's photogenic objects.
So just a lot of preparation.
Disfigured, lynch, and trauma enough. The insight, the trauma representation is back central to the black child's devouring and identifying with the stories and images of white culture.
Reading of articles and books.
I understand.
They only recreate what it means to be an authentic nigga because we are not allowed to read. We are not allowed to read certain things or speak in a certain way because we are seen as not truly speaking to niggas. But there's a question.
Is she having a fucking seizure?
Oh my God.
Okay, what is going on here?
Wow.
What the fuck, man?
Ooh.
I am so glad that I had a chance. I really wanted to review this. I wanted to show people that this is our best and brightest graduating from college. And I was going to make a show.
Goodness, so bad.
And then I said, hey, let's just jump on.
Yeah.
Let's watch KJP try and defend. Talk her way the fuck out of what's going on right now.
She's going to use the Hatch Act, I bet.
Is that over? Is that over?
Of who even wrote this shit?
All that good stuff.
Was there anything that threw you off during the competition? You know,
Did
something
she say
that someone else
shit in hers.
What the fuck?
Of who even wrote this shit?
All that good stuff.
Yeah, she said shit.
Was there anything that threw you off?
Okay, Shaniqua and Watiqua. You guys are so brilliant, huh? You said shit. Ooh. What the fuck was that? That is just, oh my God. This is what produces shit like this. Now, you know, this is not the first time that I've ever seen this. Do you remember one time I went on YouTube?
Yeah.
And I think if you put on high school Zoom debate black person, you will find something very similar to this.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was younger even. And she was spitting this.
Yeah, she was
this progressive vitriolic bullshit. Okay, and I mean at a rate that it's just, I mean it's past aggressive. It's like militant.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't hear a fucking word you're saying anyway because you're just hyperventilating, and the only words half of them that I catch are nigga. And you know I'm gonna say it. They say it. I'm gonna say it, nigga. Like, who's been saying that on X all the time? Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go, baby. This is going to be a fun ride.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. They better hold her accountable.
Here we go.
They better give her some hard questions. The queen of the press briefing.
JB.
Wah, wah.
And she is still late. Beautiful optics here.
Yeah.
Aren't the optics lovely?
Yeah, very nice.
They are. Wow, let's rearrange seats and everything. Glad that everybody's not wearing fucking masks anymore.
Oh my God.
But you know, give it a minute.
Yeah, right.
Dr. Fauci will come back and say, you know, the masks maybe wasn't such a bad idea, you know.
He better not get away with everything.
Dr. Fauci.
Unbelievable.
Is anybody commenting?
Nobody's.
Nobody's.
2-minute warning.
Nobody's commenting. That's all right. I don't know. Maybe somebody's watching. Actually, I don't care. I just live to make content. I love to make content. I live to make content. If I could do it all day long, I would make content. That's what I would do.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Hi. Steve, you're such a ladies' man. Okay, it's good to see everybody. Welcome back. I have a couple things at the top. I know it's been a while since we've done this, so please bear with me. So I want to begin by discussing the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl, which President Biden just addressed directly. This already deadly storm was upgraded to a Category 5 storm as it heads towards Jamaica.
Oh.
The president has been briefed on Hurricane Beryl, and our administration is in close touch with territory and local officials.
Conspiracy theorists say
and FEMA
it's a black hole.
resources and supplies
Biden is making this hurricane be bad,
with staff and partners ready to assist. We urge residents to stay vigilant and heed the warnings of local officials. You heard that from the president as
Read
well.
that on cue.
Next, I want to express our disappointment in yesterday's district ruling, which blocked our temporary pause on pending approvals of liquefied natural gas exports.
She's got to be terrified
While
right
congressional
now,
Republicans and their allies continue to deny the very existence of climate change, President Biden is committed to combating the climate crisis with every resource available.
You're so pathetic.
That is why we will continue taking action to transition to a clean energy future and reduce emissions, creating good, paying, clean energy jobs, and bolster the resilience to the impacts of extreme weather. I'll now turn to sharing how we are delivering for American workers and lowering costs for them. Yesterday, the Biden-Harris administration began expanding overtime protections to millions of American workers. The Department of Labor's overtime rule extended overtime protections to 1 million workers making less than $43,888 a year. And next year, it will extend protections to another 3 million workers by increasing the overtime threshold to $58,656. That means higher paychecks or more time with family for millions of workers.
Wow.
Millions?
While elected Republicans side with big corporations and special interests to try to deny workers these protections, President Biden is fighting for families. As a record Americans travel for the 4th of July, President Biden is taking action to lower gas prices.
And hot
Today,
dogs
we
are
announced the
cheaper,
sale of 1 million barrels of gasoline, which will lower gas prices, particularly in Northeast states such as Maine,
Did she
New
just
Hampshire,
say they're going to
New
release
York,
more
New
shit
Jersey,
from the
and
Strategic
Pennsylvania.
Reserve?
While President Biden has unleashed record energy production, including affordable clean energy, congressional Republicans are siding with big oil to give out tax cuts while keeping prices high for families. Now, this week, the president and his administration is marking the 60th anniversary of President Johnson signing the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This landmark legislation prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, and serves as the legacy of generations of courageous and extraordinary Americans who fought to fulfill the promise of our nation. Despite this critical step forward, securing our civil rights remains the unfinished fight of our time.
What?
That's why President Biden is fighting actively to protect the civil rights of every American. He signed a landmark executive order to protect voting rights and continues to urge Congress to pass the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and Freedom
This is such a charade.
President Biden appointed Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman to be on the Supreme Court, and has appointed more black women to the federal appellate court than every other president in history combined. He's also creating opportunities for every American to thrive, investing historic amounts into HBCUs, and changing our country's failed approach to marijuana, which disproportionately impacts communities of color. You'll continue to hear more from this administration to mark this major anniversary. And finally, thank you for your patience. And finally, we have a few schedule updates, so wanted to share the following with all of you. This week, the president will speak with Hill leaders and Democratic governors. He will travel to Wisconsin on Friday. He will conduct a sit-down interview with George Stephanopoulos from ABC News while on the campaign trail. He will travel to Philadelphia on Sunday. And next week, I know you guys are going to be really excited about this, he will host a press conference during NATO. This is in addition to the previously announced events this week, and I will.
So he's going to do a press conference, what, a week, 2 weeks from now in NATO or some shit?
Go for it.
Thanks, Karine. So there are growing calls from Democrats, including members of Congress,
Here we go.
For the president to step aside for the 2024 election because he's not capable of serving another 4 years. What is his response to this?
So let me just step back for a minute and I guess deal with the questions that have come in about the debate. And honestly, this is something that the president has addressed himself multiple times since this past Thursday. And first of all, I want to say we understand the concerns. We get it. The president did not have a great night, as you all know, and many of you reached out during the debate. The president had a cold. He had a hoarse voice.
Oh, cold, my ass.
But I will say this, and the president said this over the past couple of days, certainly right after the debate. He knows how to do the job. And he knows how to do the job, not because he says it, because his record proves it. Because for 3.5 years, almost 4 years, the president's record has been unprecedented, delivering for the American people. Another thing that he said that I would add is he knows right from wrong. He knows how to tell the truth. And again, he knows how to deliver for the American people. Joe Biden is, take away his title, he is someone who has dealt with tragedy. He is someone who has confronted that head on.
With
he is someone who knows
in his heart.
How to get back up once you've been knocked down. That is something that he understands very, very well. And I think, and we believe, that's something that many of Americans across the country understand as well. And he knows how to come back. He knows how to come back.
He's the comeback kid.
And so the president's going to continue to focus on what he's been doing the past 3.5 years. He's going to continue to focus on the American people. And, to your question, just to add a little bit more to your question, look, you heard from Speaker Pelosi, you heard from Representative Clyburn, and let me just paraphrase a little bit of what they said. Speaker Pelosi, who's very close to the president, said it is not about performance in terms of a debate. It's about performance in a presidency.
Come on, man.
This is a president. You've heard me say this. We've talked about this. He's been able to give us an economic recovery. The strongest economic recovery in modern history. Let's not forget, during the midterms of 2022, many people, many of you all, some of you in this room, said that it was going to be a red wave, and that didn't happen. He defeated Big Pharma. We have seen historic low in crime, in more than down to 50-year low. And then you had Representative Clyburn,
Where?
who said the president has done a great job leading for the last 3.5 years. The best predictor of future behavior is past performance. This is from Clyburn. And when you look at the record of President Biden versus former President Trump, you see President Biden, who has delivered the strongest recovery in modern history, versus the previous administration, whose plans hurts the middle class. And President Biden, who is committed to protecting our fundamental freedoms, versus the former president, the previous administration, doing everything that they could and they did to overturn Roe v. Wade, and they are responsible for that. And that's coming from two people who are not just leaders in Congress, but
they're just
also close to the
icons.
president.
I think part of the problem that Democrats are articulating is that it wasn't just that he had a cold, but rather he had, answers. He was trailing off. He didn't answer some questions in a sort of fulsome way. And speaking of Nancy Pelosi, one of the things that she recently said was that it was a legitimate question whether his performance was an episode or a condition. So I guess I wondered if there's been any consideration given to releasing a more robust set of medical records or something to show his mental.
To show.
So I will say this.
Some fucking proof of what you're saying that behind
I get
closed
the
doors.
question. It is a fair question to ask. We are not taking that away, and that's why the president certainly has spoken to this. As it relates to his medical records, we have been transparent. We have released thorough reports from his medical team every year since he's been in office. That is something that we have been pretty consistent about. As it relates to something like a cognitive test, to the question that you're asking me about what the former speaker said. Obviously, she can speak for herself. His team, who has said, the medical team said it is not warranted in this case. We have put forward a thorough,
Then they're fucking liars.
transparent.
Then they're
annual
fucking
report on his
liars.
health. So they have said that is not warranted. It is not necessary. Again, we understand. We understand. We're not taking away from what you all saw, or what the American people saw. We understand. It was a bad night. It is not uncommon for incumbents to have a bad night on their first debate. And we are going to continue to do the work that we have been doing on behalf of the American people. I think
Bernstein
the
just
record
said
certainly speaks for
that
itself.
over the last year, bunches of people have seen it.
You
Dozens.
just reminded us that President Biden had a cold on Thursday. What medications was he taking in the days or hours leading up to the debate?
And I know that question has come in a couple of times to us.
He had no
was not taking any cold
Stupid fucking people.
He what?
What
You
happened?
turned it off. You turned the sound down.
Was he taking any medication that would have interfered with his
He was
performance?
not taking any cold medication. That is what I can speak to. I've asked his doctor, and that's what he stated to us.
After the debate, did the president get examined by a doctor, or did he get a neurological scan?
No,
A neurological scan?
Why?
Look,
Why?
what I can say is that just
We
to
don't
take a
care
step
about
back,
his health.
It was a bad night. We understand that it was a bad night.
No. No.
And the president has spoken to this.
They need to push back on this.
And he understands that.
They need to demand a cognitive test.
And so I cannot speak to anything beyond what I just shared. The president has regular annual physicals that we release
that's bullshit.
in a thorough report.
Bullshit.
We're going to continue. I just don't have anything beyond that, beyond the question of a neurological exam.
Okay, well, you continue to say it was just a bad night, but is there an explanation then for why it was so bad? If it's not his stamina, if he prepared as
what the fuck went wrong?
for so long, if it's not a problem with his mental fitness, what happened that night? What did we see?
I will also add that the president also spoke to this as well. He said,
Did he?
I'm not as
When?
smooth as I used to be. I don't debate as well as I used to. I don't
That
walk
was not
as
a-
easily as I used to. But one thing
Oh
that
my
he knows is
God.
how to deliver for the American people. He understands that. He understands that he's not a young man, obviously. He said this. But his focus is going to continue.
Focus? He doesn't
to
have any
deliver for the
focus.
American people on
Focus?
on the issues that they care about: the economy, expanding health care,
The
fighting
economy,
for
they're doing so good
Medicaid,
with that.
Medicare, Social Security,
Yeah.
making sure that We continue to be leaders on the world stage, which is something that this president has been able to do, and turn around the mess that this last administration created, as certainly on not just domestically, but on the world stage. Okay.
Is anyone in the White House hiding information about the president's health or his ability to do the job day to day?
Good question.
Absolutely not.
Good question.
Given the fact that it's more than a bad night when his political future is threatened, would he be willing to provide more medical information? Would he be willing to have Dr. O'Connor provide more to answer these
cognitive tests?
Look, Kellyo, certainly understand the question, appreciate the question, but what we have provided has been very transparent.
Oh, bullshit.
Has been
Country Watch.
But February was this year. It wasn't too long ago. It was indeed this year, and we
when
were.
You're
we
81.
Were,
yeah, you're 81.
Transparent report, a thorough report.
There are many Americans who were concerned about his capacity. Was he okay? What happened? And we've now gone several days where he has only done teleprompter comments. He has not taken questions. I know you've announced a press conference. We appreciate that. An interview. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there is a period of time here where the public is trying to understand what happened. And the president could help to answer that by engaging with us in an unscripted way right now.
So let me just say a couple of things. There's a couple of things that you said that I do want to address. Number one, less than an hour after the debate, he went and he engaged directly with the American people, right? He went to a watch party. He was in a room with hundreds of supporters who watched the debate. And when he walked in, they cheered him on. And he did a photo line with them for some time. Some of your colleagues had an opportunity to speak.
What is she
to
fucking
these supporters.
talking about?
He did that.
He wandered into a room.
That was something that he was able to do right after. And then we stopped at a Waffle House, as some of you all know, and spoke to
and he almost took a turd in the lobby.
A packed restaurant. So he spent some time there. Then the next day, he went to North Carolina, spoke in front of hundreds of supporters there, who said, "We support you, Joe. We love you, Joe." And so he was able to do that.
He read off a teleprompter.
2.5 days or so after the debate, he went to 4 states and engaged with supporters, engaged with American people, everyday people,
engaged with
heard directly from them. And let's not forget, when we landed in North Carolina, I think it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, he engaged with supporters there as well. So the president has been out there. He's been listening to supporters. It's something that he loves to do, not just supporters, but American people out there.
Oh, my God.
Everyday people who appreciate what he does, who wants to hear more from him, as you just stated, and got that opportunity to do just that. I think it matters that he's going to do an interview on Friday. I think it matters that he's going to go to Wisconsin and do that.
The whole press conference.
Engage with everyday people. We're going to continue to do that. Nothing has changed in that regard. We're going to continue to be out there. He's going to be in Pennsylvania as well this weekend, as I just stated.
Yeah, because he's just...
We're reporting that Hunter Biden has been in some meetings with senior advisors. Why is the president's son involved?
So a couple of things I do. I saw that reporting as I was coming out. So a couple of things there. Look, the president, as you know, is very close to his family. This is a holiday week, 4th of July. He spent time with his family, as you all know, and reported at Camp David. Hunter came back with him and walked with him into that meeting, that
this
prep,
is
that
so
speech
gross.
prep. And he ended up spending time with his dad and his family that night.
They're just a happy
That is basically
family.
what happened.
Yeah.
It is a week where there's going to be more family members who are going to come to the White House. I'm sure you'll see some of them on 4th of July.
Other people that should be in jail.
Many more are expected
like
to
Brother
be here.
Jim Biden.
Being in the White House. The question, though, would be, is he participating in meetings